And welcome back to the Financial Power Hours is presented by the Ownership Club. And we are here in University Park at the Lunch with the Mayor. And it is my esteemed pleasure to present to the show Mayor Jose E. Roudez. Mayor, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. Y'all here, we're doing this live right now. So
Wait a minute. You called me Mayor Jose.
I did.
You called me Mayor Jose, and I just got you. I don't mind Jose, but that's Joseph in Spanish. So I just want just for the record.
Yeah, Joseph. I apologize. I sure was over here in my head. Joseph.
No problem.
Joseph.
It's the same thing.
Joseph E. Roudez. But thank you for coming on to the show. We definitely do appreciate your time today. Again, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And yourself?
I can't complain. It's a beautiful day out here, and good weather. It's not too hot yet, but it's not cold. So you can't complain in Chicago, in the area where it's not cold. So I'm always happy with that. But today we want to celebrate you. We want to let the people know exactly what you've accomplished down here in University Park. Some of the things that you have that's coming down the line, and then we just want to talk about hit on some financial literacy stuff, your economic plan, again, some of the stuff that you've accomplished down here, and then some of the stuff that you have that's coming down the line that you're really looking forward to as well. So first, let's kind of get into the economic development that you've accomplished down here in University Park.
Okay, where do you want me to start? Do you want me to start when I first got elected in 2019?
Start from the beginning.
Okay. All right. In 2019, I was elected mayor. I was sworn in May 17th. I took office. 20 days later, I got hit by this water crisis. What there was lead in the water. So we dealt with that as according. Actually, there's no training for it. But, that didn't prohibit all the great success that we've accomplished during our economic development. So let me just start off talking about what we've accomplished, what happened during the 2019 term, and what's ongoing as we speak. Is that good?
That'll work.
Okay. In 2019, I was fortunate enough to lure an Amazon facility. First of all, University Park hasn't had economic development or growth in over 20 years. I sat on the city council for 12 consecutive years, and I took a time out in the year 17 and 18. And I guess the people weren't understanding some of the things and weren't hearing me, so I lost that last election. But I came back in 2019 and I ran for mayor. And some of the things that I pledged to do was revitalize, renew, and restore University Park, remove us from the Flintstone generation into the Jetson generation, which we're all living in right now. So I was fortunate enough, as I said earlier, to bring in the Amazon facility. The Amazon facility was built on old farmland, which produced no fruits for the village that sat dormant for 30 or 40 years. Now this facility it's a 1.2 million square foot facility, and it hosts 1,000 employees, which is a great thing. So that's 1,000 jobs for that facility. I was fortunate enough again to sit in with some of the ownership of, people know them as Ryerson Steel, but now it's Century Steel and Wire. They were a Chicago-based company that was in Chicago for 130 years. Fortunately, I was able to lure them to beautiful University Park, and they built a 1 million square foot facility with another 500 employees. Got a beautiful letter from the then Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Well, thank you, Mayor Roudez, for taking my Chicago factory to University Park. Congratulations. Since then, we were able to bring in, I've got a $45.6 million project going around our metro station, which is called a mixed-use development, which sits directly across from the campus of Governor State University, which would be some assortment of condominiums and houses and stores and retail opportunities on the bottom floor, again, which creates more opportunities for housing and people who are getting these new jobs. At the end of the day, most people don't want to commute back and forth, hour one way and hour coming back, because what's most important, that's more money out of their pocket and less quality time with their family. So this is the resolution, to bring good paying quality jobs close to home, less expenses going out to get to work, more money in your pocket, and more quality time with your family, the things that really count in life. So I'm proud to say that first term we created 2,500 new good paying jobs, and we haven't stopped there. We've gotten streets repaved that haven't been done since the 80s. And, we've got a Governor's Hometown Award for the first time in this village's history. I got an award for reinventing the town center, which was dilapidated and broken down. which got repaved, refaced and everything. So it's going pretty good in University Park. And I just look forward to the growth and development that this town has experienced. And see, the challenges that we faced are sometimes people always advocate for change. But when change comes, sometimes it's a displacement to people because they're afraid that they'll be left out of the change and things that are important moving forward. But it's a transition. As I said, we've been operating on such a low magnitude with such a great community. We set up 17.2 square miles, the second largest industrial park in the state of Illinois, the potential third airport right down the street, the beginning and the end of the line of the metro station, two beautiful golf courses, one which we're sitting in right now that's municipal owned, the other one is a public course down the road, a beautiful Pine Lake, a four-year major university. And then we're in Will County and Cook County. 85% of my community is in Will County. 15 to 20% may be in Cook. But it's a great mix. And we're getting a lot of things done, man. And we're transitioning this community. Yeah.
So let me just ask, with the major accomplishments that you just mentioned, how difficult was that trying to get those things accomplished as you were dealing with the pandemic? Because you said you came in 19, correct?
Oh, yes.
So then, 20 is when kind of the world stopped.
Yeah,
How were you able to continue to move your plan forward as the world was basically stopped?
Well, I got to just tell you the honest to God truth. With the grace of God, because God, I put him first in everything and whatever his desire is for me, because I ran for this seat on multiple occasions, but my desires of my heart didn't line up with his will. This time, desires of my heart lined up with God's will. So when he placed me here, he knew that these storms were coming, whether it's a water crisis, whether it's a COVID-19, whether it's civil unrest. I guess he prepared me for it. So fortunate enough, I have a good city council, a good community, churches, all of our local people got together and we did food drives, we did mask giveaways, we did everything that we possibly could to help prevent people getting COVID, dying, and sicknesses. So it was very challenging. But in the meantime, we were still able to keep our economic engine moving forward, because at the end of the day, we were prayerful that this COVID wouldn't last forever, and that when we come out, we have to be better than when we come out of it than we were in. And that's evident of the things that are being seen in town as we speak now.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to commend you on being able to fight through that storm, because like you had mentioned, obviously the Lord was preparing you to be the person that was in that seat, because everything was going to happen the way he kind of had it planned, and you were the man with the broad shoulders that could take on those responsibilities and keep everything moving forward as you just mentioned. So now we kind of touched on some of the accomplishments that you had. Now, as far as when you come into public service, into your office, there's always a plan that you have in place for that you're campaigning on, your agenda. Now, you kind of touch on some of the accountability that you've put towards yourself to accomplish some of the agenda that you put in place when you first started.
Well, listen, I take that very seriously. As a young man, my dad used to always emphasize to me that says, son, you may not have nothing else in this world, but one thing has to mean something, and that's your word. So when I campaign and set out an agenda for progress for the people, I take that extremely serious, because my dad's no longer with us, but his teachings still lie within me. So I take that very sincere, and I'm proud to say that I promised the people that I would renew, revitalize, and restore the village of University Park. I don't talk about the bad times. I don't mention about when I walked in the office, I was 7 years behind in audits. I don't talk about how didn't have our MFT funds. I didn't talk about how our bond rating was horrible. I just knew how to address these issues, to start thinking about how we can come out of darkness in the light and make things better. And, so my platform, renew, revitalize, and restore, I got those streets done like I promised them. People say the street hadn't been done since 1980, and that's Abbott and Amherst Lane. I made sure that I renovated that town center, as I said I was going to do, and got them streets paved, and got the governor's hometown award. I wasn't thinking about an award. I didn't really know too much about a governor's hometown award. It's just to work for the people, because I live here too, And I want everyone to have the best quality of life possible, because some people, this may be their final destination. This may be their future destination. Preferably it's their future destination, because I want to build new homes and increase the population with all these new jobs, because I want to fill it out to capacity as it should do, and show how a South suburban, predominantly African American community can prosper, and how our people can move along as with diversity or whatever issues that we face, because we're stronger together than we've ever been apart.
Yes, yes, I completely believe that you kind of birds with feather flock together. So if you put yourself around the right people, generally the right things will
because
happen.
I'm definitely not the smartest one in the room, but it's always good to have someone smarter than you in the room, because there's anytime that you're beyond reproach and someone giving you instruction or telling you something, then it doesn't fit you. Me in my seat, I'm preparing the next generation, because it's okay to plant some seeds. Some, if I'm fortunate enough, the Lord will let me see coming to fruition. But there will be some that happen after my existence, and it's going to be good for this community. And we'll be extremely proud of that. Somebody will come back and say, someone had that vision to think about us way before we got here. Just like the Jetsons cartoons and the commercials. You see what we're looking at now? Everything that happened there, we're walking into that existence. So that's my kind of philosophy as that goes.
Okay. Well, we actually gonna get back into. We're gonna get into a little music, take a little break, but then when we come back, we're gonna touch on financial literacy. I know that's a huge point for you, so we'll touch on that a little bit, and then maybe some Q&A from the audience, from some of the members that we do have in here with us today as well. But this is the Financial Power Hour on Intellectual Radio, iHeartRadio.com, presented by the Ownership Club. It's your boy OJ Dub, and we'll be back.
All right.